once they got into their passing game, their passing groove, that's the City that we understand. That's the City that really beats teams. I'm sure this guy can get pregnant.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
All right, 2 games for you, man. 2 games for you. Post-match analysis on these 2 games. I want to start first with Man City. So start with Man City. I'll do Chelsea. The second boss. City. If they had lost this thing, they would have been screwed up. They would have been screwed up if they had lost this flipping game, man. So I just think that it was a great result. Great reaction from City. And I just think that it's all set off for Jan 3. I think for Man City, because again, when Southampton got that equalizer, they definitely came on under pressure, and you almost saw Southampton come back in the game. Like, imagine if they had gotten that penalty as well. Who knows what would have happened? But I just think that for City, this is where I told you, this is what I want to see from them: is can they react under pressure? How can they react under pressure? And I just thought, they did very well under pressure, because remember, Zinchenko, he's not really a mainstay within the team. He's not really a regular within the teams. I think there was a huge spotlight on him because, again, he was at fault for the Southampton equalizing goal, which was an amazing goal by the way by Højbjerg. But you're seeing how much Sterling has improved. I'm saying right now, Sterling is the most improved player in the last year. I mean, how much this guy has improved has been absolutely outstanding. And you just thought, it became, when you're coming undone, it's 1-1, it's tight, pressure is upon you, people are trying to think that, are you going to slip? And you have the seeds of doubt starts to grow into the back of your mind. You need somebody to try and change the course of those things. And that's what Sterling did so beautifully well. Because again, he just forced the issue, moved, got a half yard in there, got a bit of space, put the ball in with speed, boom, James Ward-Prowse, ball goes into the net. And then for City, again, that third goal, Aguero, right place, right time, good cross from Zinchenko, great execution. So just for City, once they got into their passing game, their passing groove, that's the City that we understand. That's the City that really beats teams. And I think that they sort of forgot that when they played against Chelsea and against Leicester City. Like, their passing game just wasn't on point, and they were not able to really move the ball as quickly and with as much creative intent in those 2 L's that they took to Chelsea and Leicester City. So I think for City, definitely deserved. For Southampton, they are good players in the Southampton team. And I do think for Hassan Hutzl, he should be able to just keep them up. But they've got to be careful, man, because there's not such a thing as too good to go down. Everybody thought that Newcastle are too big and too good to go down. They went down. So they need to really start picking up points from somewhere. But I do think that this was definitely a tough game for them to get anything from. But there was enough that they did against a tough opponent that they can then do better against teams in and around of them. So for Man City, yeah, man, it's all building up for Jan 3, and I think that, they had to win this. And they now have to pretty much play their best game of the season, because they've got to win that game. I think City definitely want to make it a 4-point gap after that game on January. They're at home, they're at the crib, they're under pressure. They need to really defend their crown. And to defend their crown with some pride, they need to go out there and really get that W. But yeah, man, it's going to be an amazing game. Look, I'm already hyped for the game. It's going to be one of the biggest games. It's the biggest game of the season. Whether it lives up to it, who knows? But it's definitely going to be the biggest game of the season. And I think for Pep, he will say to his boys that trust in the process, trust in your ability to pass the ball, move the ball around, and get back to what we did so well last season. But even as much as I say that, I do believe that, because Pep says, no, we don't need to change our style, we just need to work harder. You can always improve upon your style. You can always get it. That's what Klopp has done so well. A plan B, a plan C. You can always be a bit more direct or try a different approach to how you attack. So I do think that for Pep, it's something to really go in the training ground of like, okay, what variations can we really do when we're playing? Do we need to take that extra pass? Can we even go for a cross into the byline? Can we actually try and get some men, make some different movements around the 18-yard box? Chelsea. Now, I don't know what's happening with Fabregas, because I'm hearing that apparently Fabregas is he's going to be leaving. He wasn't even on the bench, but they said he was injured, but apparently he's not injured. He's actually really going to be leaving. Fabregas is better than Jorginho. Like, I have nothing against Jorginho. Fabregas is better than Jorginho because against Crystal Palace, Palace had the great approach, and it was definitely a smart approach in order for them to try to win the game. Because remember, they were trying to break through Townsend and Zaha, and that's what they did. Soak up pressure, break. And Chelsea were finding it very difficult to break them Palace. But as I was watching it in our first, I was like, man, when you're going up against a deep defensive team, it's going to be quite hard if after 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes that you've not been able to pass through them. Sometimes you need a different approach to take these dudes down. That's what you need. You just need a different approach to take these dudes down. So I just did not really understand what Chelsea were trying to do by a pass, another pass. And Jorginho, I think, for the whole of 90 minutes, kept trying that ball over the top, but he kept on missing it. The master of that ball over the top is your boy Fabregas. Say what it was about Cesk's legs. He's too slow. He's too old. Cesk is still one of the best passers of the ball, and he's still, to this day, he's still one of the best deep line playmakers there are. Still one of the best deep line playmakers there are, because that guy's passing range and vision is unrivaled. As in today's world, it is flipping unrivaled. So Chelsea need to be very, very, very careful by putting all of their faith and all of their eggs in Jorginho and just totally casting out Fabregas. Be very, very careful there. Kante. No, Luis. My view on Luis hasn't changed. And I think Chelsea fans need to try and be objective. If you just want to be tribalistic and to be like, but we must always defend over our Chelsea guys and other guys and blah. Okay, fair enough, cool. I'm not referring to you guys. I'm referring to football fans and Chelsea fans who are objective. Luis is a quality football player. He's a very good football player. If Luis was a DM in this system, it would be, see, that's the trick. David Luiz in Jorginho's role would be amazing. He's competent enough defensively for that position without having to have everything rely upon him with the kind of responsibility that two central defenders have. And he's great with the ball. And as you can see, for the goal, he can do what Jorginho couldn't do for 90 minutes. Time and play place the ball over the top for Kante to control and finish. So for Luis, sorry, it doesn't matter whatever you say. Luis is not a great defender. He's not a great defender. He's at his best, on his best day, he's maybe a tier 3 defender. On his best days, maybe a tier 3 defender. Like Luis, see, people think Luis is what Laporte actually is. That's what people think Luis is. Because Laporte is a guy who is very good on the ball, can provide a quality pass, but is also very good defensively. So that's what Luis is. Luis is very good on the ball, can play an amazing pass, but he's just not an amazing defender. Okay? He's just not an amazing defender. And look, man, Kante, man, I think, Kante is underappreciated. This dude is underappreciated. Is there anything that this guy can do? I'm sure this guy can get pregnant. Trust me. If you just ask him that, Kante, I need you to get pregnant for us, he'll be like, okay, I'll do it. No, like he will. Like, there's nothing that Kante can't do, because Kante can be the DM. He can be the holding midfielder. He can be a box-to-box midfielder. He can play a pass. He can be in a passing one-touch system as well, and he can score goals. Important goals. And I think that goal that is good, because as good as Luis' pass was, the run from Kante was very key. Because it wasn't like the greatest amazing pass. It was a very good pass. The run was key. The run across and the timing of the run was key. And his chest control and finish. Look, man, like, because people get like this. So this dude is scoring key goals. This dude is tackling. This dude is intercepting. This dude is keeping possession of the ball. Remember, you're not taking him out of his position, and he's still flourishing. Like, people, like, to be that versatile is a rarity. It's a flipping rarity. To be that versatile is a rarity, and just his professionalism and his consistency is incredible. So I just think that, like, he's just one of those players that you need, one of those really smart players who understands different roles. That okay, this is this role, this is what I need for this role, and this is how I can best execute this role. Like just his understanding of the different roles within midfield of the DM, the box to box, the free roamer, the last third midfielder is amazing. And how he's able just to adjust and readjust his characteristics to best be effective in whatever role that he's been given by Sarri is flipping amazing. So, look, man, Kante's not a joke. Kante's not a joke. So I think for Chelsea, man, it's a good win for Palace. They were unlucky. It's a 1-0 loss. It was close. It was the right tactic to play. I thought they played an amazing tactic, defended well, made it extremely difficult for Chelsea. And Chelsea it was only the one goal, and it was only a tight squeeze. But I think, for Chelsea, because I'm hearing stuff about Pulisic and stuff, I'm like, look, striker. get a damn striker. But yeah, I just think, Chelsea needed a striker. Although Giroud did score 2 amazing goals, and the second one he should have been given because he was pretty much onside. But as I said, for Chelsea, there's definitely a lot of work to be done, man. Because a top tier striker is needed, and I think that is the main priority. And I think, but what was good here is that's okay. Because I thought I would have been angry if Hazard had either scored or assisted again, because it would have just shown how this guy is having to do too much and contribute too much for this team. So it's good that you saw Luis and Kante combine to get that G. But yeah, don't cast out Fabregas. Don't cast out Fabregas, and the top tier striker is needed. That's just facts. Peace out, stay true, stay black. Jan 3. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot Patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.